Room 101.
Every little decision is not an automated decision.
But we're talking pages and pages and pages and pages, double-sided.
But yeah, what do you think? Is there a solution to that?
Affiliate channel really can be whatever you want it to be.
It can lead to a much healthier campaign. It builds trust in the channel.
This is Thinking Forwards by Webgains, a podcast series to encourage progress in the affiliate channel. Join our team and our guests as we delve into and dissect some really important topics. It's time to think forwards. On with the podcast. Hello, listeners. I am here with Amy Spencer, COO of Webgains. Hello, Amy.
Hello, Rob.
How are you?
I'm very well, yeah. I'm very much looking forward to our chat today.
Me too. And Alona Malinowska. How are you, Alona?
Great, thank you. How are you?
I am excellent. All the better for having you as our guests on the podcast. So, you might be familiar with the concept, what we're going to do today. Room 101. In Room 101, for those who are not familiar, we put the things that we dislike, make us angry, we have gripes with, to lock the door and keep them away from us forever. Now, the context that we're doing in it today, as this is an affiliate marketing podcast, is the affiliate channel. And I want to know what you, Amy, and you, Alona, would choose to put in your Room 101. I'm very interested, and I'm seriously hoping the answer is not going to be me. You might have hopefully something else to put in there. But yeah, let's find out, because I know you're very patient people, but there might be something that's really grinding your gears, and this is an opportunity to find out. So we'll start with you, Alona. What would you put in your Room 101?
Right. So this is a interesting experiment, because whenever we are actually talking about those challenges and shortcuts of affiliate channel, we tend to think about it from the point of improvement. So if you don't mind, I will break a little bit the format here, and we'll start by saying that it would be amazing if we would look at publishers who are really, really big players in the affiliate channel already, and they want to expand and maximize their earnings with the brands they work with. So, you know, when, let's say, we book a campaign with TV or radio, very often brands would get some sort of estimations on their return on investment, or a very tangible package of outcomes. And I think our affiliates at this point of time are still not there. So I wonder if we were to introduce a culture of forecasts and estimations and make it a new default, how much money could we all make?
Okay, so you're seeing opportunity, and that's really what I want us to do. I want your ideas to be things that are obviously constructive, because we can't just be negative, can we? We have to be constantly building for the future and thinking forwards, of course. And Amy?
Yeah, I think, Alona, we could say that we could put a lack of forecasts in Room 101.
Yes.
Maybe. To keep it within theme. I want to make the most of this, and my first point that I would like to lock away in Room 101 is kind of a double whammy. So it's lengthy and restrictive contracts.
Okay.
As a title to put in the room. And I think, to break this down in a bit more detail, I think typically within the industry, our contractual agreements with our advertisers and partners are incredibly long. They take a lot of willpower to
Okay, Amy, for our listeners, in terms of when you say incredibly long, what are we talking about here? How long?
Well, I mean, it really does depend if you're looking at your agreements with advertisers or publishers, but we're talking pages and pages and pages and pages, double-sided.
Right. Okay.
So you know they're not.
Double-sided.
You know they're lengthy. They're heavily legal. And I think often within the industry, we also see that some players have very restrictive contracts which lock in brands for long term, for a long time frame with the partners that they're working with. This can be really restrictive. I think it can stent growth for those partners because it means that if, for example, it's not working, they can't move on and work with other networks or partners that might be able to help them in a different way. And I think it's unnecessary. I think it slows down, the progression of the industry.
So, Alona, you were nodding knowingly or agreeing with what Amy was saying there. I mean, I just wondered if you had something to add.
Yeah, I think like from the practical terms, we are talking about very usually a locked contract for 12 months and then a very painful exit term where you need to follow the date of a specific signature and make sure that you are in touch with your networks about the exit on that day. Otherwise, you are locked in a prison of another year if in case where perhaps a brand wants to terminate those relationships with a specific network. So yes, I think it also sort of artificially creates lack of healthy competition. So we as networks then rely on legal teams to keep our advertisers, partners with us, rather than rely on our account management teams and the technology, and actually rather than making our job the best. And I think it's unnecessary. We should all be a little bit more brave and a little bit more forthcoming.
Okay, so long and overcomplicated contracts with small font on double-sided paper, stacked high, lock them away in room 101, and let's introduce something slightly more user-friendly. And then the knock-on effect of that is going to be the networks or affiliate in the affiliate channel. We're going to have to perform better. We're going to rely on our service, on our technology in order to, fulfill and nurture client relationships, and not so much our lawyers. So our lawyers can put their feet up and take it easy for a bit. We hope you're enjoying the show. If any of what was said in Thinking Forwards has resonated with you, or if you're looking to unlock more revenue in the affiliate channel, and let's face it, who isn't? Or even if you'd like to be a guest on a future episode, we'd love to talk. Head to our website, www.webgains.com, or email our team at hello@webgains.com, and we'll continue the conversation. Thanks again for listening. Enjoy the second half of the pod. Okay, you must have some more things. Who's next?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually something which I just thought of, and this is in reference with the conversation I had earlier. We spoke about affiliate channel as a whole, and we kept thinking how very often it is misrepresented still. Very often when a brand is introduced to affiliate channel, it's the perception is that it's going to be an easy fly, very quick to turn on, very prompt to turn off, and that's not really the essence of affiliate channel. We all know that it's still rather manual, very curated, all about relationships and all about the context. Which are the affiliates which might bring the best value to brands? Who are the technology partners you want to engage at what stage? Every little decision is not an automated decision, and it's contextual to particular brand or category. And so I think by saying that the channel is simple and straightforward, at times we misrepresent the opportunity.
Okay, so what's the way forward there then, do you think? How do we simplify this, add the complexity into it rather, to make people understand what they're getting into and what's required?
I think the way forward is to ask for investment in time, and if there is no such thing as time available on the brand side. We should be pretty fair and honest with brands, explaining that they will need some help, be it network help or agency help.
Yeah, so that is a good point. So the agency thing, obviously they might need to invest in account management, and that can really help. But is an agency something then that you'd actively encourage people to look at? Because I know we work with lots of fantastic agencies, and yeah, so is that something that you'd always encourage to clients?
It's a good question. There is no such things as always, because we all are very different, and brands and ethos of brands and composition of organizations are so different. Also, the objectives and goals of each company varies. And I think that that's what makes our channel and generally our business much more interesting, because there is no one solution to everything. So in some cases, yes, we do encourage people to look at the agencies, and we would recommend some particular agencies which might be focused on regions or categories or verticals. In other cases, we network are very capable and perhaps more suited to run affiliate channel. And in some cases, actually, you don't need us outside of tracking solutions, and you don't need agencies outside of the maybe some high-level audit, and you can do it all in-house. So if you have that question, just come and ask, and we'll be very transparent about it.
Okay. Amy, have you got something else to add into this?
I think it's important to talk about non-transparent publishers.
Okay.
So, and it does follow on from Alona's point in terms of, you do have to work quite hard to make your program successful, and you need to be working with a healthy mix of affiliates. But I think it's important that brands have that reassurance of quality publishers that are transparent with how they're driving their traffic. And also publishers that are driving traffic in a way that adheres to consumer privacy. And I think if we get to a point where publishers are much more proactive with transparency, it can lead to a much healthier campaign, it builds trust in the channel, and it's a more productive way to work. I mean, at Webgains, we have compliance managers that work incredibly hard to make sure that we maintain a quality network.
Yep.
And in a way, it'd be great if they didn't, if they didn't have to work that hard, and if publishers understood the value from being more transparent.
Okay, so I suppose my question is, are we going to name and shame? I suppose we're not going to name and shame, but what we are going to do is send that message out there, and we're going to say, if you're a publisher and you think that maybe what Amy's saying could apply to your business, then hopefully you'll heed your advice.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you want to talk to us about, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the important message here is we have a fantastic publisher team at Webgains, and we want to work with our publishers and our brands and make sure that relationship is as strong as it can be. So transparency is key to that. And
of course, as the network, we have a responsibility to every side, every player within the industry, and we are that centre point. So that's what we're here for as much as anything. And yeah, use us more, I suppose. Yeah. I have something, and I know I'm supposed to be asking you, but something's popped into my head. So this is something that I find perplexing. It's when we're taking the concept of affiliate marketing, the marketing channel, outside of the industry, and we're explaining it to people, what do you do? The question, say I work in affiliate marketing. What's that? It's, how do we, they never know. You explain it to them, and then they're like, oh yeah, every single person, essentially now, especially, is using the affiliate channel day to day, shopping habits, things like that. But yet, our channel is still, to the masses, relatively unknown. So why is that, and what can we do to make sure that it's in the common consciousness? And that can only benefit the channel, because they're not only is everybody a person who is shopping, a consumer, but they're also very likely there are plenty of people out there who have businesses who could be benefiting from the, quite honestly, amazing returns that they can get within this channel, but yet there's a lack of knowledge there outside of the affiliate channel. But yeah, what do you think? Is there a solution to that?
Last year we hosted a talk on how to influence stakeholders and win more budget
of course, that was
for the channel.
At PI Live last year in London.
Yeah, and I think that kind of summarizes it quite nicely, because it's about the affiliate channel getting out of its echo chamber. I think it's about being able to speak to marketing directors, digital directors, and understand the context of affiliate marketing within the digital sphere, speaking the language that they speak. I mean, the affiliate channel still has lots of acronyms, and it does have barriers to it. So I think when you're not from the channel, it's quite easy to dismiss it. So I think it's understanding how the affiliate channel operates in the wider ecosystem in order to sell it in and help, spread all of the good case studies and, all of the amazing work that is done within the channel, help elevate that and showcase that beyond the immediate channel.
Can I just top this up? I think Amy covered it pretty well. I also feel that sometimes wider, we need to almost go away from the keyword affiliate and focus on the keyword marketing.
Yeah.
And being in this industry, very often we are focused on technicalities, and also it's just that's the educational piece, right?
Yeah.
So if we focus on marketing bit of our work, affiliate channel really can be whatever you want it to be. It can also be paid search, it can be technical partners, it can be content. It's just such a fluid term that affiliates here is just irrelevant bit when you are explaining that you are in marketing.
Yeah. That's an interesting perspective, and that's not something, a way I thought about it before, but I agree with that. Who's got something else?
I think we have enough for today.
I mean,
look at how many things to
about the industry. So isn't that a good thing that we don't have loads and loads that we want to lock away?
It is a good thing, yeah, because ultimately we know the merits of the channel, and there is so much opportunity to get involved. I would think that the best way then, if we think that we've locked everything away in room 101 that we would like to, why don't we just give a quick recap then of what we've been through? So I think, Alona, you went first.
So lack of forecasts.
Yes.
Then I followed with lengthy and restrictive contracts.
Lock them away.
Affiliate as a straightforward channel. As an automated channel.
Yeah.
And then non-transparent publishers.
Yeah, non-transparent publishers. You know who you are. And then we talked then just towards the end about the perception of the channel, and I suppose helping how it can be a bit frustrating. And then the solution then is thinking about ways to communicate with different stakeholders and businesses and people, and then potentially opening up the taking away the concept of affiliate and focusing on what we do as a marketing channel. And that might be something that would resonate with more people and help us to be recognized more widely through different businesses. Because obviously there are other marketing channels that are better known than ours at the moment. But we are also, as you said, Alona, working via affiliates within those same channels, the likes of pay-per-click. But yeah, thank you. I hope you feel like your venting has released some tension, and we've been constructive. I think this is the main thing. I'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Thinking Forwards. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for listening to or watching this episode of the Thinking Forwards podcast by Webgains. I hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you'd like to get in touch with us, head to our website, webgains.com.